Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have quite the slate to go over, Tim, because we have 7 games in the NBA. And I know you're going to be thrilled about this, so hold back your excitement. There's 14 games in the NHL. So we have a lot to go over. But for a quick recap of yesterday, I really didn't have too much action. I was busy with school stuff and things along those lines. So I bet one game, split out, and lost a little bit of juice. National money line in the over 5.5. That was the only things I bet yesterday. So it is what it is. So overall, not a crazy day yesterday. Only had 2 plays and split out on the game.
I can't catch a break in the NBA. I don't know what it is. I cannot catch a fucking break, and it's really annoying at this point. Because yesterday we went 4-6 on the site, so we were down a little bit. Although it could have been a break-even day, but I lost by a hook on a game. College basketball was good. College basketball, we had the under in the Kansas game. Nice winner there. And we had Weber State. Nice winner there. So we went 2-0 in college basketball yesterday. Hockey, you mentioned you split out. NBA, I hit the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, that was it. Charlotte actually goes over for a change, and they scored 114 points. The Spurs get blown out, does not go over. It missed going over by 4 points. Minnesota, I figured would bounce back after losing to Washington. Nope. And then got hooked on the Pelicans. The Nuggets win by 12. So just a rough day. I don't know why I just cannot catch a freaking break in the NBA right now. And college basketball has been great and just doesn't mean anything. So it's just kind of frustrating at this point. I do have some spots that I like, but we'll see how it goes today.
There you go. Head over to the chat, and then we'll get into today's games.
Columbus is beating Buffalo today.
I mean, I could see it. Columbus just refuses to lose at this point. And
Wow,
they're pretty decent dogs.
Sabres are minus 180.
I'll probably be on Columbus in that game at that number.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You gotta be taking a shot at Columbus there.
Oh, look, somebody actually showed up to our show and is complaining that we're late.
We were working on the mic. The mic was having issues
and talking shit because me and Nick have jobs and stuff when we can't be at shows every single day. And saying that it's the injury reports. I mean, dude, here's the deal. When I bet plays, when I put plays up on the site, I can't put them up past noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock area. So I can't wait until 6 o'clock to go put up a play on the site.
No.
So guess what? And no, you know what? It wasn't even the injury report yesterday. It wasn't the injury report. Like, Atlanta was winner. What does the injury report have to do with? I thought the Charlotte game was going to go under because they've been a heavy under team. Or I thought San Antonio was going to be good yesterday. I don't think Fox is playing quite yet. But, Fox wasn't on the team just yet, but he's going to be. It has nothing to do with that. Wolves, I thought, was a bounce back spot, so that has nothing to do with the injury report. I get hooked in the Nuggets game. Has nothing to do with the injury report. But yes, it's the injury report. Matt Barzal out indefinitely.
Yeah. I mean, that'll probably – I want to take a look at what my numbers say, but that brings in an angle for tonight's game for the Islanders. Your first game without missing your star player, but, I mean, when half your team's on the freaking IR, I don't know how much of an argument you can make for that. And, yeah, I mean, it feels like – I mean, if you believe in stuff like this, it feels like this is the hockey god saying this is not your year, Islanders, with everybody that's been out. I feel like they've had the worst luck in a very, very long time, injury-wise. And it's so annoying. I was making a joke in a couple group chats yesterday. It was the Islanders challenge. Go a game without an injury. Level impossible. It's been unreal.
If you bet the Wolves, you said you don't care if Edwards plays. Edwards played! He fucking played. I don't get what you're talking. I don't get whatever. Marchenko Allen definitely broken jaw on the bench. I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think this is going to be very similar to the Connor Bedard injury last year where it was like 6 to 8 weeks or something along those lines. But, yeah.
Can't wait until NHL trade deadline. Marty Markel. Yeah. Jump into some NBA, and yes, I'm going to be going after this game.
Let's get into it. The Dallas Mavericks and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers 2-point favorites in this game, total of 226. This line opened up at a 1.5. And then it's gone to a 2. So we've seen a slight move towards Philly. Line opened up 225. It's now 226. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. And the line move towards Philadelphia makes sense. 67% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on them. So spread, and then 72-82 on the money line. So that all checks out there. If you're wanting to back the Sixers and you've seen the line move, you've seen all this money on it, at least the line's moving half point towards them. 92% tickets, 93% of the cash on the over. Taking a look at the matchup here, we have, I believe, I'm stuck on hockey for covers here. I got to switch over for that. But we have a Dallas team coming in off of, I believe, a really, really bad loss.
That was only 43 points.
Yeah, 43-point loss where they gave up 91 points in the first quarter, I believe, or the first half, I believe.
First half.
Yeah, first half, not first quarter.
That'd be insane.
They were 15.5-point dogs in this game. This is their second game without Luka.
No, they played without Luka for a while.
Oh, he was hurt, right?
He was injured.
Oh, okay. So is he magically healthy now that he's a Laker?
No, but he'll be back in a week or two.
Okay.
But he's been out for the last month and a half, 2 months.
That's right. And then on the flip side, Philadelphia is coming off of back-to-back losses, but they're 4-2 straight up and 6-0 ATS in their last 6 games. I understand the line moving towards the Sixers in this game with the money coming in on them, so I at least have a justification for why the line is moving the way it is. I mean, it's just Dallas and road bet, isn't it? And I'm seeing 2.5s now on some books. I'll take the 2.5 here on Fanatics at -110 with Dallas.
I will say Anthony Davis is not scheduled to play today.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't want him.
He's scheduled to come back on the 6th. Give me Dallas. I'm sorry, you come off of whatever that last performance was. 43-point loss, giving up 144 points to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's a really it's an ugly loss.
Like, we get it, the Cavs are good, but
I mean, yes. And could Dallas have been feeling an effect from Luka leaving? I don't think so in that game. The only reason why is because they haven't had Luka for months, you know. So that didn't really make sense that they lost by that much. I was able to get Dallas +120 on the money line. Whenever a team gets blown out one game, I take them the next game, especially good bounce back spot against a bad Philly team. So go ahead, sign me up. Dallas Mavericks money line +120.
Yep, I got the 2.5 -110.
There you go. Took Pelicans like a lost chicken with his head cut off. Yeah, I had him 11.5. Guess we won't see you guys for a week starting next for a month starting next week, right?
Why?
All-Star breaks. When's the All-Star break?
I mean, no, we're not doing shows during the All-Star break when there's literally no games to do. And I could probably do Four Nations coverage in like a free pick video.
I'm curious, when is All-Star break? So there's no NBA 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So 14 through 18 there.
And then the NHL.
NHL is 10 through 21.
So, yeah, we'll probably have close to a week without a show.
Yeah, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
I don't know what else you guys want us to do.
Maybe one of those days during that week will be a baseball futures show.
Oh, yes, baseball futures during that week.
Well, we'll see. And if we do, it might be night shows.
Yes.
So, but we'll see. I know Friday and Saturday I will not be available. Friday is Valentine's Day. That Saturday is the Costco party. So I will not be available those 2 days. That's nice. But maybe we do we do what do you call it, shows? Future shows for baseball during that time off, for sure.
Yeah. Which the more and more I'm looking at, the more and more I'm interested in a certain team at like pretty decent odds to make the playoffs. That I know a lot of people are shitting on.
Okay. Yeah, I know Toronto. Maybe they do MLB future shows. Yes. 14 through 26. Who cares about the All-Star games?
Exactly. Nobody
does. I don't even think the players do. Dunk contest is ass.
The amount of people that reject doing the dunk contest, it's not even fun anymore.
Yeah. Costume party. Can I join and be the Joker? I said Costco party, not costume. Costco. All the dunks have been done pretty much. I agree with Toronto. I love people hating on them.
Like their roster isn't bad. I mean, I like some of the additions they made. They added depth in the starting rotation with Scherzer. They added. I'm not asking him to be a stud, but still, like in his very limited games last year, he pitched to a sub-4 ERA. I'll gladly take that as a 4 starter. So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, which I believe the AL East will be the first division we cover because there's a couple teams I like in the AL East. Okay. But yeah, sorry. I'm excited. Baseball. I'm more excited about baseball than NBA here. So let's get into it. It's a fun matchup.
Yes.
We have the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. The Cavs are 2-point favorites. We have the Celtics as a dog. It's been a minute since we've seen the Celtics as an underdog. It makes sense that because the Cavaliers are one of the best teams in basketball, or one of, if not the best team in basketball, and they're at home. So that line kind of makes sense. Line opened up at a 235.5. It's now 237.5. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. We have the Cavaliers coming in 40-9 on the year. 35-15 are the Celtics. So the Cavs have a 4.5 game lead over these Boston Celtics. The Celtics are coming in off of a win against the Philadelphia 76ers. They won 118-110. On the flip side, we have the Cavaliers coming on 4 straight wins and covers. I want to get up the exact number for this because I think I'm going to get involved with this game on the Cleveland side.
I know where you're about to go, and I would be careful with your angle for this one.
Really?
The only reason why is whenever Boston wins and you want to fade them the next game, what are they most likely? A favorite.
Yeah.
A decent-sized favorite. They're a dog here. So be careful.
Yeah, but I mean, we have the Boston Celtics coming in off of a win, which I think is one of the best fade spots in the NBA. And I think this is something I want to bet every single Celtics game the rest of the season, Tim. And then just go by this experiment. You bet them after a loss, you fade them after a win. And I get it. The Cavaliers are a favorite in this one. How about 6-27-1 ATS after a win this year? 6-27-1. On the flip side, after a loss, 12-3 ATS.
Yes. Once again, they're favorites. They're monster favorites most games. They're not dogs, although they've been dogs twice this year.
Yep.
They lost both games.
Yep. They're 0-2 straight up in ATS as an underdog this year. No, I'm going to be on Cleveland. This is a Cleveland Cavalier spot for me. I have no problem fading the Celtics as a dog in this one. I think that line's telling you everything you need to know about this game because we also this line opened up with the Celtics as a favorite. Yesterday it opened up Celtics -1. It got all the way up to a Celtics -115 on the money line, and now it's +2. the line flipped. And then for the cash flow in this game, we have 58% of tickets, 56% of cash on the Celtics, and the line's moving towards the Cavaliers. So, yes, I'm going to be on the Cleveland Cavaliers in this spot. I'm going to find the best available line in this one, and I believe it's on Bovada here. Cleveland Cavaliers minus 120 money line for me. I'm going to just go by this single experiment the rest of the season. Celtics off of a win, fade. Celtics off of a loss, back.
Now, I will say I'm on Cleveland with you. The only thing that I just wanted to kind of state that be careful with doing that if the Celtics were a dog. And the only reason why I would say that is because most of the time when they win and then you fade them the next game, they're normally what, 8, 9, 10, 11,
14, 27, yeah.
Exactly. They're normally a big favorite. They'll win, but they won't cover. Now, if they win, they automatically cover. That was my thing. I will say I am on the Cavs with you. I'm getting minus 124 on the money line. And it's the Celtics are not good as a dog. They obviously we've seen that. We have seen these two teams play twice. And Cleveland won the previous matchup on December 1st, and the Celtics won the first matchup on the November 19th. Boston won in Boston. Cleveland won in Cleveland. Now they're back in Cleveland. I believe they have one more. They have one more in Boston on the 28th. I think I'd take Boston in that game. Give me Cleveland here on the money line, minus 124.
Yep. I have both the spots. They were underdogs this year. December 1st, they were underdogs in Cleveland. They were 1.5-point underdogs. They lost that game. Previous to that, a win against the Chicago Bulls. And then the other time, they were 1-point underdogs to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Previous to that, a win against the Houston Rockets. So both those fit the criteria as well of a team, the Celtics coming off of a win. And they were dogs both those games and did not win and cover in either of them. So, yeah.
Costco party sounds like a blast. I mean, it's free good food, possible winning stuff like TVs and game systems and gift cards. But yeah, no, that's fine. I want the Raptors money line.
Ooh, there's 4-point dogs against the Knicks today.
That's intriguing. Cavs, Celtics are a dog. Yeah. If the Celtics were home, would they be a favorite?
Yes. I would probably put them as
4 or 5 point favorites at home.
I was going to say 3, 2.5, 3.
No, it's saying that
it's a 5-point swing, right? For
6.
home. Okay, so then there are 3.5. We're talking about 2 here. So okay, 3.5, 4.
I was about to say 4. Yeah. I trust Cleveland more than just Boston now. They fall behind by 20 points to Cleveland. Before winning, I don't trust them. Fair. Cavs at home, then bet the Celtics at home. There you go.
Then next game we bet the Celtics.
We all like Cleveland. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Oh well. Tigers under. Yes.
I don't know. The Tigers do feel like a very 81-81 win team. Their rotation's kind of nice though. I can't wait to bet unders in their games.
The thing is, I don't trust their lineup.
I don't trust their lineup either.
So yes, I like the Tigers under. I think the Tigers finish
third
in their division. I think Kansas City wins the division, and Cleveland finishes second.
What do you talk about? The White Sox win that division,
and the Kansas City Royals are the only team from that division to make the playoffs.
See, the only thing I'd be worried about the Tigers win total is they get to play the White Sox a bunch of times, and that's what punched them over last time.
Public was on the Wolves yesterday, I'm sure. But yeah, the Cavs. Public bounce back spot. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
No, 58% of tickets, 56% of the cash is on the Celtics.
There you go. Royals over. Yes.
82.5? Are they kidding?
Yes, I like the Royals.
That rotation's nasty in Kansas City.
Yes, I like that. Yes. Of course, Celtics will be favorite at home.
Of course.
Like the Mets under 70 wins.
No.
I mean, hey, hold on, Nick. 446. I'll take your action. How much do you want to bet on it? I'll take the Mets over 70 wins. Yeah, just let me know how much you want to bet with me on that. I will gladly take your action. If you're being serious. If you're not, shut the fuck up. So we think in the same. Good. Yes, that's also plus 102. I like it. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah. We have the Houston Rockets and the Brooklyn Nets. We have the Rockets 9-point road favorites in this game, total of 210.5. Taking a look at the line history in this one, opened up 9, still a 9. Line opened up 209, it's 211 now. So we did move towards this over with 94% of tickets, 95% of cash on the over. That makes sense. 68% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Rockets. The line's not moving at all. Let's take a look at what these two teams have done lately. Where we have the Houston Rockets, they're coming in off of 3 straight losses now. They lost to the Knicks last game. They lost to this very Brooklyn Nets team not too long ago on February the 1st, 110-98. They lost by 12 points to this Brooklyn Nets team. I would love to back the Rockets in the spots to coming and blow out the Nets after a short-term revenge spot here. I'm not laying 9.5 on the road. I don't like this line hasn't moved, even though the money's coming in on the Houston Rockets, and it seems like the sharp money's coming in on the Brooklyn Nets. So I'm not going to pull the trigger on it, but I would have loved to back the Houston Rockets in this game because they literally just lost to this Brooklyn Nets team not too long ago. The Brooklyn Nets are coming in off of back-to-back wins. Their last game was as 12.5-point dogs to win over the Rockets. The Rockets, though, had the Knicks in between.
Mm-hmm.
It would be Rockets or no bet for me, but I just don't like the way the market's maneuvering in this game.
I feel like this is a step-up version of a game yesterday between Portland and Phoenix. Phoenix had beaten Portland the game before by double digits, like smacked them around. And then Phoenix was a 5-point favorite on the road. I said I would lean Phoenix, but I did not want to bet it just because I didn't want to lay the points on the road.
Yeah.
This is exactly the same deal.
Yep.
You know me, the most points I normally lay on the road is 5 or 6. So, and it has to be for a good reason.
Yeah.
I don't like to lay points on the road because I remember, if I remember right, home dogs was really good a couple of years ago. Like they were hitting at some crazy thing. Let's see. Home dogs this year, that's outright. Home dogs against the spread are hitting at 52.2%.
So not nearly as it was a couple years ago.
Home favorites, and then away dogs are hitting at 51.5%. So actually, against the spread this year, dogs have been a lot better than favorites.
As you would expect. Public loves their favorites. They love parlaying their favorites.
So
are we shocked?
Although you also can look at it. Yeah, 52% and 52.2 home dogs covering, 51.1% away dogs covering. But if you look at the percentages that they're winning the games, home dogs 33.9, away dogs 32%. Kind of crazy to see. There's been 374 dogs that covered this year compared to 241 that went outright. So 133 games have resulted in dog covers but favorite wins. Sorry, I just found that interesting for a minute. I can't lay 9 points on the Rockets.
Sure.
I would never ever take the Earle's Bros money. I'm a bookie buster.
Put your money where your mouth is or shut up.
Here, either put your money where your mouth is or shut up. Because I'll gladly take the Mets over 70 wins at whatever amount you want to bet. I don't want you to do this. Oh, I don't want to take your money. No, I will bet you right now that the Mets go over 70 wins. Don't do this shit. This thing to alligators to have feast on. Pass. Okay. Mets under 291.5 wins is a better bet, I think.
Here's the thing. I'm not taking the Mets over their wins. I think they are a 90-72 team. Like that would be the way I would look at it. The under would be a sweat if you bet the Mets under, but I think it gets there at the end of the day.
Yeah. 446 doesn't bet with money. He uses Jolly Ranchers.
Rockets
or nothing. I'm a degenerate gambler, so I watch Nets games, and I could say to actually try. Give me the Nets, especially with Houston on a back-to-back. Houston's also lost 3 straight.
Yeah.
How many Jolly Ranchers? 2. Only a cherry and grape, though.
At least he picked the good flavors. Watermelon's up there, too.
446 cherries nasty. Van Vliet out is a big loss for Houston. Suckness. What's up, Lex?
Yeah, the market tends to disagree with that being a huge loss because the line has not moved at all. So
I know I'm taking this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the New York Knicks and the Toronto Raptors. We have the Knicks 4-point favorites. Line opened up at a 6. It's down to a 4. Line opened up at a 234, and it's now down to a 229.5. So we have a decent move towards the Raptors in this game, with 67% of the tickets and 81% of the cash on the Knicks, and this line's moving against them. 84% of tickets, 82% of cash is on the over here as well. Taking a look at the matchup here in this one, this Raptors team, they're obviously way better at home than they are on the road. They're 4-19 away from in the United States, but in Canada, 12-14. So they're almost a 500 team at home. Toronto Raptors have been playing some awesome basketball as of late. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. They've covered in 8 of their last 10 games. The Knicks are 7-3 straight up, 5-5 ATS their last 10. They have won 6 of their previous 7 games. Their only loss was that blowout loss is 10.5, 11-point favorites against the Los Angeles Lakers. And I mean, for me, this is obviously Raptors or no bets with the way the line's moving here. And I can get 4.5 -115 on ESPN bet. I'm going to go ahead and grab them here in this spot. Give me the Raptors in this game plus the 4.5 -115.
I'll take your Raptors, and I'll raise you them winning outright. Raptors plus 154 money line. This is a Knicks team that is going on the road after having a really successful homestand, where they won 4 out of 5, and 3 of the 4 wins were by double digits. And I think that this one could be a little bit of a letdown spot, because what's up next for the Knicks, Nick?
I would have to look at
the Boston Celtics at home.
Yeah, it's a pretty big matchup.
So you have 5 straight home games against Sacramento, Memphis, Denver, Lakers, and Houston. Then you go on the road for 1 game against Toronto, and then back home for Boston. I think this is a look-ahead spot for the Knicks. Toronto's been playing some really good basketball as of late, even a win against the Clippers in their last game. This team has definitely stepped it up because they won 6 out of 7. Go ahead, sign me up. Raptors outright plus 154, Nick.
All right. I got plus 4.5 -115 ESPN bet.
NHL early games are hard.
Kind of.
Knickerbockers. Raptors. Scotty Barnes over 3s. Raptors got smoked by the Bulls.
Yep.
They did? Oh, yeah. And then they had the game against the Clippers. Blazers money line. Against Indiana. I don't know. Indiana's been really good as of late. But we'll see. I'll look at that one. We'll look at that one more in a minute. Raptors rested. Brunson's the MVP. No, he's not. Knicks are legit when healthy. OG out.
I can agree with the Knicks being legit.
I will say I have a ticket on the Knicks to win the East. So I think the Knicks should be good. Doesn't mean they're going to be. Do we believe the league was involved with the trade to pump ratings? Luka trade? No.
I mean, everybody's talking about it right now.
No, I don't think the league was involved. And I will say, can I quickly touch on that Luka trade? The Mavericks were not going to re-sign him. The Mavericks were not going to give him a super contract, apparently. There was concerns with conditioning with Luka.
Guy averages 28.88.
Trust me, Nick, I know.
They're going to cut him because he likes to eat a honey bun once in a while?
They were nervous about giving him a thing. But I will say, it is going to be funny when the Lakers have him for half a season, get eliminated in the first round, and then he goes elsewhere. Because he's going to go elsewhere for a year, most likely. I don't know. No, but at the end of the day, as crazy as it sounds, if the Mavericks sign AD, I think the Mavericks will win that trade. I would take the over here. Knicks have got a lot, gave a lot of energy last night. So new defense. Yeah, that's right. They are coming off of back-to-back and with a big win against Houston. Raptors haven't beaten the Knicks in the last 7 meetings. Okay. Luckily, how many of those meetings were this year? Have they played the Knicks this year? They have 1, 2. They played them twice this year. Okay. But that was earlier in the year when they weren't playing as good. Must be the GM of the Mavericks. I could definitely see.
No, because they didn't trade Luka Doncic for 5 first-round picks.
Like it makes me actually want to watch basketball. The Mavericks? I don't know. How stupid are the Mavs for letting Brunson go when they had concerns over Luka? Brunson was, 3 years ago? 4 years ago at this point? Mavericks have only 2 other superstars in their franchise.
Yeah.
Now they got to wait 20 years again. The thing is, I don't think Dallas is a bad team. I don't. Raptors don't have a reason to tank, right? I believe the Bulls might. I mean, anybody who's not going to make the playoffs has a reason to tank. Raptors are only 4.5 games out for a play-in spot. As crazy as that sounds. And the Bulls don't have a reason to tank because right now they're in a play-in spot. At 8 games under 500, they're in a play-in spot.
So dumb.
Brunson is better than Luka, more healthy, durable. No, absolutely not.
Talent-wise, no.
Talent-wise,
availability,
no.
Yeah.
Availability, fine. Talent-wise, absolutely not. They could have shopped and got 5 first-rounders for him. Luka, easily.
They could have gotten more than that.
Raptors lost 3 or 4 times this year to the Knicks. Did they? 25, 24. Oh, they have played 3 times this year, and the Knicks won. Whatever. Paul George was traded to this Thunder for SGA and 4 to 6 picks. Yeah, I know that's probably one of the stupidest trades I've ever seen. There's not a person. They're not, but a person who is in the MVP every year. Now for a 2-year window. For what? The Lakers? For Luka with the Lakers? Bulls without Levine are in tank mode. Trust me, they won't make it. I'm not saying that they won't make it. I was saying that they're in a spot right now. That doesn't mean they're going to make it by any stretch of the imagination. Knicks would never, ever, ever trade Brunson for Luka. That's a certain.
I would make that trade.
I would make that trade in a heartbeat. Mavs to win a championship. They had a 2-year window now. Okay. No, I don't think the Mavs are anywhere near the tier that they need to be anymore to make a championship. But they have to wait a little bit. Bulls are in tank mode even if they had Levine. I agree. At the same time, you could be in tank mode and still make the play-in, so that's kind of stupid. Speaking of the Bulls.
Yeah. Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. The Miami Heat are 3.5 point favorites on the road here, total 227.5. Line opened up at a 4. It's down to a 3. Line opened up at a 226. It's now 228. So we have a move towards the over. We have a move towards the Bulls in this game here. 66% of tickets, 69% of cash on the Heat. The line moving towards the Bulls. 82% of tickets, 72% cash on the over. Lines moving towards said over in that game there. Let's take a look at the matchup for this one here where we have, let's get this up. Miami, Chicago, where we have the Miami Heat coming in off of a win against San Antonio. They did not cover as 3-point favorites in that game. They won by 2. But previous to that, they lost by 20 to Cleveland. On the flip side, we have the Chicago Bulls kind of trading back and forth the last 5 games. They lost against Philly. They beat the Nuggets. They lose against the Celtics. They beat the Raptors. They lose against the Pistons in their last game, as well as 6-point dogs, and do not cover. I mean, this is Bulls or nothing for me. That would be the only way I'd look, just the way the market's moving and everything like that. Would be dog or pass. It's a pass for me, though.
Yeah, no, this is, although the Bulls just made trades, so maybe it might be a look towards the Bulls at home dogs, but no, I don't feel like this is a game I need to get involved with. This is a Heat team that it's very hit or miss. They're still trying to trade Butler. I don't think they're going to be able to trade Butler. I don't know. This is just a weird Miami team. Chicago trading a couple players away. I need to see. I don't want to bet either of these teams right now. So I don't see any value in this game. I'm going to stay off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would trade Brunson for Luka easy. Yep. You guys are lunatics, know nothing about the Knicks. He's the captain, puts up 27 a night.
Luka averages 28.88. What's your point?
I would 100% take Luka over Brunson, and that's not
if I'm starting a team from scratch, I'm starting it with Luka Doncic over Jalen Brunson
every single day of the week.
I would make arguments that you can make that argument that you would take Luka over all but 2 or 3 players in this league. I would probably start a team with Jokic before Luka. I would start a team with. Is that about it? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over Luka, and that's about it. I would start. He'd be like the 3rd best to start a team with Luka.
I mean, I would probably SGA.
SGA and Jokic.
And Jokic.
Would you throw Tatum in there?
No.
No, he's down there a little bit.
He's down there a little bit. Yeah.
Giannis? Even that's a debate.
That's a debate. I think those are the top 3 guys. I would say Giannis over Brunson.
I was going to say, how many guys would you have over Brunson?
Giannis over Brunson, Tatum over Brunson.
Really?
I would take Tatum over Brunson.
I think that's where I would draw the line. I would take Brunson over Jason Tatum.
I would probably still take Trae Young over Brunson. I think overall Trae Young's got more talent. I would even take a player like Deviton Sabonis.
How about LeBron?
No.
Not now?
No. LeBron 10 years ago, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Brunson's he's a solid player. He's just not somebody.
He's an all-star for sure.
Yeah.
But is he a top 5 player in basketball?
No.
Is he a top 10 player in basketball?
Fringe
top 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heat is a lock. Just said tank. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a lock, but I don't want to go for this game. Rather have 30+ a night. Luka has the possibility of winning an MVP in his career.
Yes.
Bronson does not. 30 a night for a fat guy who can't play defense. He's not fat. He's not fat. The Heat are absolutely not a lock. Luka besides Joker and SGA. Zion, absolutely not. I don't know why anyone would ever want to bet this game. I don't know.
I am actually very interested in the Chicago Bulls.
Trae Young over Brunson, please stop it. I would take him. I would take Trae Young.
I just feel like the problem with Trae Young is he doesn't have the talent around him.
Yeah. Giannis, Tatum, Luka, Young, and Darius Garland. Oh, sorry, Donovan Mitchell I would take over Brunson.
Yeah. And I think there's also, I think, a player in California that we forgot to mention. Is Curry up there still?
No.
No?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
Nope. This is embarrassing. You're embarrassing. You're way too biased. You're way too biased. Jokic is a fat guy. He's the best in the league. Trae Young is a better playmaker than, but Brunson might be the stronger guard physically.
That's a fair argument to make.
Brunson over Curry to start. I would take Brunson over Curry.
Yeah. The more I thought about it, yeah.
I would take Brunson over Curry. All right, Nick, the Battle of LA.
You know, we should do a video on our top 10 players in the NBA just for the reactions in the what do you call it, in the comment section. Like, I feel like we should expand out and do more videos like that, where we do videos that we know will get interactions. Like,
that's what I was saying before the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we should go through baseball, and we should do a top 10 for each position heading into the 2025 season, and watch people lose their minds when we put Lindor at number 1 for shortstops.
We got to put power rankings out.
Actually, I would have Lindor, I think, 2 at shortstop.
Yeah.
I would have Bobby Witt.
One of our shows, we have to come through with a power ranking of the MLB. Of the MLB
Preseason
power rankings.
Okay.
That and because college baseball starts in 10 days or 9 days, every single conference winner in college baseball.
I feel like we should do more long-term videos with stuff like that.
Yes.
I think those would be fun videos to record.
Yes. And we could try to do like a weekly MLB power rankings. Cool.
Okay.
But anyways, let's head to NBA.
Let's continue with the NBA. Even though we keep getting drawn, because we're already 41 minutes in. We have 2 more NBA games, and then we have 14 NHL. But we have time. We're good. We had the Lakers and the Clippers. This line opened up in an 8. It's now an 8.5. Line opened up at a 218.5. It's now a 221. Is it the Lakers' first game since acquiring Luka?
Yes.
I know he's not playing.
No, he's not playing until next week sometime.
Yeah, but it's their first game since acquiring Luka, because their last game was that big blowout win against the New York Knicks, 128 to 112. Now they are back in LA after a 5-game road trip. Yes, I'm aware they're still on the road here, but they're in LA, so it's not like it's a. They were able to sleep in their own beds. This is not a road trip still for them. And then after that, they head home to play Golden State, Indiana, Utah the next 3 games. This line opened up at the 8, it's now an 8.5. So this line's moved towards the Clippers in this game. I want to take a look at what the cash flow is doing here in this one, where we have 53% of tickets, 60% of the cash on the Clippers, and the line's moving towards them in this one here. 95% of tickets, 96% of the cash on the over in this game as well. I want the Clippers. I want the Clippers big time in this game. This is also the Clippers returning back from a road trip. Their last game was on February the 2nd. They were in Toronto to conclude a 4-game road trip which took them Phoenix, San Antonio, Charlotte, Toronto. On the flip side for the Lakers, it was Golden State, Charlotte, Philadelphia, Washington, New York. So both these teams coming in off of 4 or at least 4-game road trips coming back home. So both that kind of washes each other out. The line moving towards the Clippers, the sharper money coming in on the Clippers. The Lakers, this is their first game since the trade, which I think is not going to help them in the short term until Luka starts playing. I can get an 8.5. I see a 9 on Circa now. But yeah, 8.5 minus 8.5 minus 110. Give me the Clippers to take care of business in this game against the Lakers. Lakers coming in feeling good about themselves, knowing Luka's going to join the team soon, all that fun jazz. They're going to get a humbling game tonight. The Clippers by double digits.
I don't want to lay this many points. That's the only thing. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy with my 3 plays in the NBA. But for me, it would be Lakers or nothing. This is your first game without AD. And I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a chip on LeBron's shoulder. How about LeBron triple-double tonight? Because all of a sudden, his replacement, people are saying, is coming in with Luka. And you can get something, you can get a big game out of him. I'm not saying that the Lakers win or anything, but the Lakers are coming off of a blowout win against the Knicks. So if anything, it's a little bit of a letdown spot. But after the trade and everything, I think there's a little bit of chip on the shoulder of a couple of those Lakers guys. And I can easily see the Lakers come out strong in this one.
See, my worry with this is very similar to the arguments I made after the Avalanche Hurricanes trade, where it takes a minute for them to gel a little bit. You have a couple of new players coming into the lineup here for the Lakers. It's not just Luka that was part of that trade. So you got a couple other players coming into this rotation. Also, the more and more I was looking at this game, I've got my lock of the day. LA on the money line. LA is going to win this game. I promise you guys that. There's your lock. is Los Angeles money line. You just got to figure out whether it's Clippers or Lakers. I am on the I'm on the Clippers -8.5 though.
Yeah. But I would lean Lakers, but I'm not going to get to it.
Yeah.
Brunson is starting the All-Star game, which means he might take first team All-NBA, and you take Trae Young. I don't really care about the All-Star game. It means nothing.
It's a popularity contest. I mean, we've seen in baseball the last few years, players miss the All-Star game and finish top 5 in the MVP voting. What's the matter with that? Who cares? It's a popularity contest.
No one takes the All-Star game seriously. Thank you.
Yeah.
His name is Ice Tray for Kyrie. No, I would not take Kyrie. Kyrie maybe 10 years ago? Sure. Not this year's. Pissed me off already for Lindor. For what? Oh, Lindor. Okay, gotcha. Hero or Brunson? Hero from the Heat?
Brunson.
Brunson.
Easy on that one, yeah.
Is Luka playing yet? No, not until next week. These guys don't watch or follow the Knicks. They would trade Brunson for anybody right now. Maybe SGA. Joker is old. Joker is not old. Nikola Jokic is 29 years old. Jalen Brunson is 28. So no, you sound like an idiot. Chet and Wemby over Brunson to start. The problem is with Chet and Wemby, I think they're both going to have really good careers. I don't really think you can compare them and Brunson just because they play two totally different positions.
Yeah.
Would I love to start my team with one of those two guys, with Chet and Wemby? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I think you need to have a point guard, somebody to run your team as the player to start with. So right now, I would take Brunson over Chet and Wemby, and the only reason why is because I feel like that position is just a little bit stronger. Although I do think Chet and Wemby will have really, really good careers. Like Chet and Wemby may win NBA titles when Brunson's not going to. Buddy said maybe SGA. Let's just stop talking. Oh, Anthony Edwards.
I would take Brunson over Edwards.
I would take Brunson over Edwards.
I think Edwards is a little overrated. Just because he had one good year.
LA versus LA. The only lock, LA money line. Sorry, bros. I would look towards Lakers. The one guy I would trade SGA for SGA. That is it. No, if I was Brunson, if I was the Knicks and I got offers for a bunch of players, more than just SGA. LA will win. Max bet LA. Yes.
Yep.
Lakers spread. They brought back Vanderbilt. System play, fade the Lakers' first game back. First quarter. I don't know. Good luck today with y'all. Thank you for the show. Of course, Stop You. We appreciate you being positive. Lakers in the over. I do lean Lakers that one. Look at the Pro Bowl this year. Pro Bowl's a joke.
Yeah, when what was it? Russell Wilson and
Luke May made
Drake May.
Made the All-Star game or made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and you got to also remember back, and this is probably the epitome of Pro Bowl. Tyler Huntley was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
What?
Lindor wouldn't make the top 20 all shortstops in MLB.
I would love to know the shortstops you have above him.
For this year?
For this year, I'd make the argument for Bobby Witt.
I would make the argument for Bobby Witt and Gunnar Henderson.
I think Gunnar Henderson and Lindor is an actual somewhat debate. And I would put Lindor above Henderson.
I think that's a very close matchup. Other than that, no.
Those would be the only two I would have above Lindor, would be Henderson and Witt. Witt can have the argument to be the best player in baseball in 2 years.
Yeah. Joker has the body of a 40-year-old. No, he doesn't. Laugh. By the way, a 4-4-6 just shot. So then we can't compare Giannis though. I feel like that's kind of, I guess that would kind of be same thing. Tim has a okay. I take Edwards. I think that one's very close, but I'm not a big fan of Edwards. So yeah. The Lakers, all white boys starting, plus LeBron James, Kleber, Kalinic, Doncic, Reeves. Yeah. That team reminds me of the wine aisle in Food Lions that says exciting whites. Kawhi over 2.5 assists is plus 124 on FanDuel, minus 129 on Caesars. There you go. Look how 446 gets his check on. You're welcome. Earle fine. Tim Anderson's the best. Angels got a steal. Give me Volpe. Oh my God! Shut the fuck up. Give me Volpe over Lindor.
Not even a conversation.
All right. You need to shut up. All right, we need to finish NBA so we can get to this massive NHL card and then move on from there.
Yep. Portland Trailblazers, Indiana Pacers. Pacers 5-point road favorites, total of 234 in this game. Line opened up at a 5. It's still a 5. Line opened up 233. It's now at 234. So we have a move towards the over. We have no move on the sides. 58% of the tickets, 65% of the cash is on the Blazers in this game. As we have, and we also have 87% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the over in this one as well. Not a game that I'm gung-ho about. The line really hasn't moved. The Blazers have been a fun little squad as of late. They've been a team I've backed a decent amount, and they've done me well lately. Am I going back to the Portland well today? No. They have won 8 of their last 9 games, though. They're still 13th in the Western Conference because they were that bad. They've covered in 9 in a row. Here's the one thing I will say: I'm not fading Portland right now. That's for sure. But do I feel the need to go out of my way and back them? No.
Yeah, no, I don't feel like I need to. These are two teams that have been very hot, Nick. I don't want to fade either one of them right now. It would be Portland or nothing, but on a second leg with back-to-back, no thank you. I'll end my card off with the 3 plays that I like. So Dallas, Cleveland, Toronto for me today.
Fair.
Blazers, contest. Okay. Over. I can see the over in that game. To hockey, Nick.
To hockey, the Florida Panthers taking on the Washington Capitals. The Panthers minus 115 road favorites, total 5.5 in this game. One thing that kind of caught my attention right off the rip is that it was a 5.5. This is I had this game projected at around the 6.5 mark, so that does pique my interest a little bit here. And I think that the fact that the Panthers are road favorites in this game kind of tells you something. The Washington Capitals, I want to say we're starting to see some regression from them. And unfortunately, regression from them is back-to-back overtime losses. It's not even regulation losses, it's overtime losses. But they've lost 3 of their last 4 games now. And the Florida Panthers are coming in off of 3 straight wins. However, this is the 3rd game in 4 nights for the Panthers. Granted, not a back-to-back for them. When this is a little bit more of a rested team for the Washington Capitals. I have this game projected Florida around minus 120, minus 125 range, and that's exactly where they are. I have this game projected for 6.58 goals. I think it's over 5.5 or no bet. The Capitals have played some overs lately after being a nothing but under team. They have played some overs, back-to-back 5-4 overtime losses. So all of a sudden, we're starting to see some cracks in the Washington Capitals defensively, which make a little bit of sense. I mean, Thompson gave up 5 goals last game, including the overtime winner. I think that we see a little bit of regression from him. I don't think he's going to continue to be that good the rest of the year. I'll take the over 5.5 in this game, in this spot. I lean heavy Florida Panthers. If I'm betting aside, it'd be Florida or no bet. But for me, it's just the over in this game.
Yeah, I don't trust anything with the whenever you bet Washington games because you never get them right.
Thanks.
In terms of sides, I'm not touching this one. This is a Washington team that just does not lose, although they've lost 2 in a row. But both of them overtime losses, so they still get points, as you mentioned earlier. No, I can't get involved in this one. Florida coming in hot, winning 3 games in a row, all of them by the puck line. I guess you could make the argument for Florida or nothing, but I would want to puck line it, and I don't see the Capitals losing by multiple goals. So, you have fun with that. I'm not going to get involved with it.
Fair.
Your chat now.
Fun. Over. Is this where Tim says I have to go to work? See you, buddy. No. He's in Greenville here. He's on the other. Yeah, there you go. He's on the other side there. Yeah, soon. Panthers money line contest. I think I'm up where's the records. You're hilarious. How wrong was Nick about the Caps? Just totally clueless. Yeah. At least on NHL I am. Watch the Caps win the Cup. Caps win the Cup. Nick would say they're overrated. I would say they overachieved. Not they're overrated. But I would say they overachieved for sure. He'll fade them in the offseason. Okay. Panthers revenge, but Thompson and net and Caps on a losing streak. Yeah. It's nice to see the Caps are finally on a losing streak, though. No, he's there. All right. Yeah, whatever. Moving on. Minnesota Wild and the Boston Bruins. We have the Bruins minus 125 favorites in this game with a total of 5.5 in this game. Taking a look at the projections. There we go. If my computer wants to load, there we go. I have this game projected for the Bruins to be a favorite in this one, around minus 135, minus 140 range. So I do see a little bit of value there with Boston. I have this game projected at 6.4 goals. So another game where I do have projected for it to be an over. And I do expect within the last week here, we're a week away from the Four Nations, that I think we're going to see some overs in the next week here with these teams getting ready to have that 2-week break. And I think that we'll see a little bit more loose hockey. You don't want to go into the Four Nations break hurt or anything like that. Unless apparently you're a New York Islander, because everybody does, but that's beyond the point. Minnesota, this is definitely an over, my bad. Team coming off a shutout loss. Minnesota got blasted in their last game, 6-0 against Ottawa. So yeah, this is a over 5.5 for me. This is a system play. Minus 120 over on Bet365.
Yeah. I don't know why the Bruins are favorited. I don't understand why this Bruins team is. I mean, they're coming off a nice win, but this is a Bruins team that's looked rough lately. And I think they're finally out of a playoff spot for the first time all year.
They've been out of playoff spots.
Not all year, but they're out of a playoff spot by a point now. So yeah, they're kind of buried right now. Not buried, but they're tied with Tampa Bay, who's still out of a playoff spot too. Right now, the two wild cards are Detroit and Columbus. Weird. On the opposite side, you got the Wild, who have not really been all that great as of late either. They're 4-6 their last 10. And they've kind of remember when we thought when Minnesota was like a team that was one of the top teams in hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Avalanche are 2 points behind them to bump them out of the third spot in the Central. I can't wait for the Wild to lose in the first round again. That's gonna be hilarious. Yeah. But I'm gonna stay off this one. It's a lean towards Minnesota though, but both teams are kind of really rough right now.
Yeah. Over 5.5 for me. Yes, this would be. I think this would be Wild or no bet though. After them getting destroyed 6-0, so that would be that. Let's head back to the chat. Thought they lost 3 in a row. They lost 3 of their last 4. Panthers money line. I'd lean that way. Over. You guys not living together now, or are you moving back? He comes in to visit a couple days a week. Boston and Tampa and Boston both not in the not in a playoff spot. The Wings and CBJ and Ottawa are in. This is weird. That just shows how weird the NHL season's been. Wild money line, Road Warriors. They have been a really strong road team. yeah, I would expect the Wild to bounce back after that embarrassment that they put out in Ottawa the other day. So we'll move on, and I will be on this game because the more and more I look at this game, there is, I think, no reason the Buffalo Sabres are this big of favorites in this game. Let's get into it. The Buffalo Sabres minus 165, minus 170 favorites in this game with a total of 6.5. I agree with the 6.5 total. I have this game projected for 6.76 goals. So I agree with the total being this high. Buffalo, I don't understand them being this big of a favorite. Columbus has played really strong as of late. And they're in a playoff spot for a reason. And then we look at they're in that whole big cluster in the Eastern Conference where the only team really not in that cluster is the Buffalo Sabres. And seeing this number as wide as it is, maybe this is one of those I'm falling for a trap and Buffalo wins and covers a puck line in this game because hockey. But for me, yes, the Buffalo Sabres have won 3 in a row. Maybe if the Buffalo Sabres were coming off of a couple losses, but I mean, they're coming in feeling good about themselves a little bit, and they're coming off of a couple wins. That's generally not where I want to lay a number on the Buffalo Sabres at all. So this is, for me, this is the Columbus Blue Jackets in this spot, and I'm getting plus 145 over on Bet365. So I'm starting the day 3 games, 3 plays. I'm on Columbus here plus 145.
I agree that the Buffalo Sabres shouldn't be this big of a favorite, but they're actually playing at least good hockey lately. They won 7-2, 43-43 wins. So they're winning and they're scoring. And Tage Thompson should be good to go in this game. I
thought they said they ruled him out.
I thought I heard that he should be good to go.
I have to check the reports again. I thought I saw reports saying
Lindy Ruff's. I heard Lindy Ruff saying that he was going to be okay. Tage Thompson day to day, but they're expecting him to be back today. So we'll see. Where they are expecting Jordan Greenway to be back on the 8th, so that should be good for them as well. And I do expect this Sabres team to come into this game energized and ready to fight. And I will say there was a big preface on something that happened last game because, yes, they won, but Lindy Ruff was pissed off.
Yeah, because they were soft. By the way,
because they were soft.
According to Daily Faceoff, Tage Thompson upper body is out versus Columbus on Tuesday. Is considered day to day.
Okay, shit. Well, there you go. But after what happened that game, the fact that former assistant captain Samuelson was on the ice and didn't do shit, that's a problem. I think Buffalo shows heart tonight. I think Lindy Ruff ripped into them. And I think this is a game that Buffalo can go in there and take care of business and do what they need to do.
They absolutely can. Bet at minus 170.
But I'm not laying that type of number.
At this number, I will fade Buffalo any chance I can.
Although puck line at plus 145 could be interesting.
Yeah. When the Buffalo Sabres are this big of a favorites, especially against a team like Columbus that's actually been pretty decent this year, there's 0% chance I will ever back Buffalo in this price range.
That's fair.
Head back to the chat where, oh boy. There we go. Yo, Mr. Rob. Mr. Rob Hockey. Mr. Hockey still alive. There you go. Nick says, don't trust the Bruins, then they whip the Rangers. Yeah, I still don't trust the Bruins. One game against a Rangers team that's towards the bottom of the Eastern Conference that probably won't make the playoffs this year does not impress me. Buffalo minus 1.5. Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns. Oh, my bad. Karl-Anthony Towns over 23.5 points. All right. Line tells me it's a big trap. Maybe it is. Yeah. Is this CBJ's 5th road game in a row? I think so. I actually do think so. Buff minus 165. What are we missing here? Give me Sabres. Line tells you everything. And it very well could. It very well could. And I could fall for it. But yeah. That's a tough CBJ spot. Yeah. Don't know how you get to CBJ here other than the price. CBJ has been playing good lately. Tage is playing tonight. Then I'm seeing conflicting reports. So I need to know that or not. But either way, no Tage Thompson. Yes, Tage Thompson. I'm on Columbus. I'd go over 6.5. Lean that way. Wild money line. Are we betting Ovi to score? I haven't bet Ovi at all this year. So I mean, you can always bet him, and you know the NHL is going to force the issue, so he can break the record. Like they're going to feed him every single time there's an empty net chance. They're going to give him the puck to get the empty net goal, and they're going to force the issue. So why not? Never mind. I thought he was all good. Fourth game, a road game in a row for CBJ, and no Marchenko. That's a tough spot for Columbus. Yeah, at this number, I'll take a shot though. Sabres team total over has hit the last 3 games. Yes, their offense has been better. You need to be 100% correct to ever get credit from 446, and even then, I'm lucky. So, I think CBJ in a wild card spot. They're trying to stay there. Well, obviously, and that would be an awesome story for the NHL if Columbus makes a wild card spot after what happened this offseason. So the NHL would be thrilled if Columbus gets one of those wild card spots. So, yep. We'll continue on. New Jersey Devils, Pittsburgh Penguins. We have the Devils minus 150 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Obviously, the Devils, I believe they've struggled a little bit as of late. My projections for them here is for the Devils to be favorites in this game. Yeah, well, more along the lines of 115 range rather than minus 150. I think 150 is a little much. For the New Jersey Devils, I have this game projected for 6.404 goals, so I do lean towards the over 6 in this game as well. I just don't see enough of a value to go ahead and back Pittsburgh in this game, and I need a really good reason to back Pittsburgh because I never have any interest in Pittsburgh this year because I do think they're a little bit of an overpriced, overrated team. Pittsburgh is coming off of back-to-back wins, though, including a shutout win against Nashville in their last game, and they beat Utah the game before. That Utah game was the last of a 7-game road trip. New Jersey, they've won 3 of their last 5 games. They are coming in off of a loss against Buffalo in their last game, 4-3. They beat Philly 5-0 game previous to that. Not a game I'm getting involved with in this game. I lean towards an over in this game, if anything, but no play.
I would look towards a bounce back spot for New Jersey. We've seen that the last 2 times that they lost, they bounced back. Again, after losing to Ottawa, they had a 5-1 win versus Boston, and they bounced back. They lost to Philly, then beat Philly 5-0. I could easily see this one as a nice bounce back spot for the New Jersey Devils. You can get their puck line around plus 170. So although I've bet the Penguins a little bit more often than you have, Nick, but I could see this one going towards the route of the Devils. I would go Devils in this one. Puck lining it.
Mm-hmm. Fair. We'll head back to the chat. But Sabres starting goalie is all over the place. Yeah. We don't talk about politics on this channel. We don't talk about politics on this channel. We don't talk about politics on this channel. Devils don't score as much, maybe under. I lean over. We don't talk about politics on this channel. We don't talk about politics on this channel. Over 6. I can see the over 6. We don't talk about politics on this channel. We don't talk about politics on this channel. We don't talk about politics on this channel. And we don't talk about politics on this channel. Moving on. Ottawa Senators and the Tampa Bay Lightning minus 165 for the Lightning, total 5.5. I have this game projected for the Lightning to be favorites in this game, which feels kind of obvious. I mean, and this is the second half of a back-to-back for the Senators too. I'm trying to do the math in my head here on the calculations for this game here, where I have it around a minus 165, minus 170 range. So, yeah, this line makes sense. And I have this game for projected at a 5.5 or 6.34. Another game where I feel like I'm just going to be continuing just to snipe these over 5.5s apparently. It'd be over or nothing for me in this game. we've seen a decent track history of overs for this matchup head-to-head, 6-3-1. The only thing is both these teams have not been over teams this year. Ultimately, it's only a lean towards an over for this game for me, but I'm not betting it.
I mean, Ottawa's coming off of they're on the second leg of a back-to-back, right?
Yes.
I can see this one going Tampa's way. Tampa coming off of an overtime loss where I believe they were winning. Oh, no, that was never mind. They just had they were winning 1-0, whatever. That's nothing.
Against the Isles?
Yeah.
Yeah, they scored with less than a minute to force overtime.
I thought they had I thought they had a multiple goal lead and then blew that one.
No.
That was not that game. I would go Tampa in this game, coming off of that ugly loss. Ottawa coming off a very satisfying win last night. Puck line Tampa's plus 150. I would go that direction, Nick.
Yeah, it is Tampa Bay or nothing for me if I'm betting this game, personally. But I feel like there's better games on the card with 14 games.
Yes, for sure. By the way, Nick, I'm doing my MLB power rankings.
Oh boy.
I'll have a post out. I've been kind of doing it as you're going over some hockey games, and I'm making a whole a thing for it. There should be no controversy behind it though, so we should be good.
Yeah, I think I want to do an MLB power rankings after the future shows, so I can truly dive deep into every single team and understand it a little bit better.
The thing is, this is just my preseason power rankings,
yep.
And we're gonna do it like every Monday. We'll update the power rankings.
Okay.
Obviously, I won't update it until after the preseason, after the season starts.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna skip all of the politics because I'm tired of saying we don't talk politics on this channel. Yeah. Oh boy, I agree. Let's see. Oh, come on. Politics. Sends on a back-to-back. Yeah. No offense, Rob. He's a Canadian. Okay. Are Sens good on a back-to-back? I don't really know. I would have to take a look. I don't know the Senators' record on a back-to-back this year. Politics. Senators 7 wins in a row as dogs versus the Atlantic. Wow. All right.
Guys, this is a fucking sports channel. Stop with that shit now.
Yes. If we continue to see more politics, I will put in timeout. I'm not trying to have politics in this channel right now. Stop rigging the NFL. How about that? Lightning and Reg. I would lean in that direction. Well, good luck. All right. Sens last game. Sens versus Tampa 4-5. Yeah. But Senators using their ace goalie, and it's a revenge spot for the Lightning. All right. Go Sens, go. Lots of goals this game. I can see that. I can see that a little bit here. We're talking about a hockey team, you dumbass. Oh, no politics. You're talking about the Senators. Ottawa Senators. They play hockey. Let's move on. The New York Islanders taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. We have the Vegas Golden Knights minus 145 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. I have this game projected at 6.15 goals, so I think the 6 number is correct. I have this game projected around minus 120 for Vegas in this game. So as much as I would like to back the Islanders in this spot to bounce back after the Florida loss, and it's their first game without Matthew Barzal, who is out indefinitely, and where there's reports saying that he's probably done for the rest of the regular season. Now, the ultimate, and I've been following the Islanders, so I'll probably have a little bit more of a breakdown on this game than the others, but the ultimate question with the New York Islanders is now they have Pulock, who could be out the rest of the season, Varlamov, who could be out the rest of the season, and along with Mike Riley and now Matthew Barzal. All in all, that's, I want to say, close to $15 million worth of cap space that's going on to the LTIR. Knowing Lou Lamoriello, he's going to go make a splash or two, trying to fix this team and trying to use the LTIR money like the Lightning did a few years ago, like the Vegas Golden Knights have done the last few seasons, to improve this team and have them go for a playoff push. I don't necessarily agree with that, though. I think this is a spot where you got to get something for Brock Nelson. You got to get something for Kyle Palmieri. And if you're going to get a good offer for John Gabriel Pageau, trade him too. Like this is a spot where the Islanders need to retool. The 7-game winning streak is fun, but let's not draw our attention away from this team needs to retool. I think they are alive to win this game. This is the first game without Matthew Barzal, so I like that angle a little bit there. See a slight bit of edge on them. Not enough for me to pull the trigger. This is Islanders or nothing though for me.
No, I don't need to go after the Islanders. Honestly, for me, you know how I like this Vegas team. Although Vegas, since I've kind of made that statement, has lost 5 out of 6, so I don't know what's going on with them right now. But it's better that they start losing games now instead of in the playoffs. So I'm not overly concerned. It's hockey in February and January, so it's not super important for them, especially when they're already 31-16-6. So a team that's clearly in a good spot to make the playoffs and everything. Which I believe if the playoffs were to start today,
they're the number 1 seed in the Pacific Division.
Are they?
No, they're not.
No,
they're second. They're second.
They're second to Edmonton. They would play the Kings.
The Kings would take that
because they wouldn't have to play Edmonton.
Bingo.
I think that the Vegas Golden Knights would easily be able to take care of them and then go and beat Edmonton. But that's not the point. It's Vegas puck line or nothing for me. And it's nothing against your Islanders. I like this Vegas team.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I don't know what to expect with this Islanders team going forward. For a while, this was a team that they have the next man up mentality, and Lou Lamoriello has done a great job of finding these defensemen out of nowhere that come in and play pretty well. The problem is
that can't constantly be.
Yeah. Playing. Like when you look, like they have an IR that can dress almost a full blue line.
Yep. Scott
Mayfield, Ryan Pulock, Noah Dobson, Mike Riley are all on the IR. Hudson Fasching, as well, he's a depth guy. Half of our goaltenders that we've used this year, Hogberg and Varlamov, are on IR, and then of course Matthew Barzal. So they have 8 players on the IL right now, which is unreal. I feel like what they need more than anything, the Islanders right now, they have 3 games remaining before the Four Nations face off. Get 2 to 3 points and take the 2 weeks and rest and heal up. And if I'm Lou Lamoriello, I'm knocking on Brock Nelson's locker and saying, I know it's a fun thing to go represent the United States of America in the Four Nations face off, but we need you to stay healthy.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, have somebody replace you. Tage Thompson. Cool. And please sit out the Four Nations face off. That would be what I want. But that's just me, though.
That's fair.
Sports involve politics. Not really. Sports are supposed to be something.
A distraction.
A distraction from the world. That's what they're supposed to be. Clever joke. Who do you both like in college basketball action tonight? Do you agree on a pick?
Yeah,
we run the same spreadsheet.
Let's go with my favorite play today is Arizona. And honestly, you know what? I forgot to put that out on Twitter or whatever. Let me quickly go to Bovada because I want to see what the odds are. Basketball futures, college basketball futures to win the national championship.
I had Arizona last year.
40-1, give me Arizona. Arizona, 40-1 national championship. There you go. So I like them today.
Okay, this game has underwritten all over it. 6 is Fugazi. It's 5.5 total. When I typed it up this morning, it was a 6. There are some 6s out there, and there's some 5.5. So shop around. You can find a better line on what you like. If you like the under, there are 6s out there. I'm seeing a 6 on Bet365. I'm seeing a 6 on Caesars. I'm seeing a 6 on BetMGM. So, yeah. The only politics to discuss here are how to make parlays great again. Okay.
No.
They were never great. They are a money pit, and I will never advocate for them. So there you go. Who is a 6 total here? BetMGM, Caesars, Bet365. What to good in regulation for today? In regulation, I mean, probably Tampa Bay would be a lean for me. I don't really bet regulation bets. Yeah, Tampa Bay would be the first one that come to mind. Siplikov goal 4-1. I could see that. Under 5.5 maybe. Brock Nelson is going to get traded. Let's be real. I believe so as well. He's one of the top. He's one of the top free agents are coming for this offseason. He's going to be one of the top centers on the trade market. The only thing is, I don't think Lou Lamoriello does that. I've heard his rumors and a lot. Yeah, I think Lou Lamoriello is more likely to add than sell though. So VGK versus Isles is tricky. Yeah, is Tim still on X? He ignores everybody. I unfollowed his ass. I guess I don't see.
Okay, that's fine. I unfollowed you too because you're just annoying as all shit.
Yeah, Tim's still active on X for sure.
Oh yeah.
There you go. We'll continue on. We have 1, 2, 3. We still have 8 games remaining on the NHL card. Let's keep going. The Oilers and the Blues. The Oilers minus 180 favorites on the road. Total 6 in this game on this spot. I have the Oilers as favorites, but definitely not minus 180 on the road. I have them more along the lines of 120, 130 range in this game. And I have this game projected for 6.33 goals. So this for starters, this is Blues or it's no bet for me. The Blues have kind of slowed down as of late, though, and the shimmer has gone off of them. This would still just be a price point play. They are coming off of a win in their last game against Utah, so they bounced back after that 5-0 loss against the Colorado Avalanche. On the flip side, the Edmonton Oilers have lost back-to-back games. I really don't want to fade the Oilers after back-to-back losses against Detroit and Toronto, and they've had a few days off to get a little bit of rest here. In this spot. This would be Blues or nothing. If I'm betting a side in this game, I would be taking the dog. I think this line's way too wide percentage-wise. I think over the long term, it would be a positive EV move to bet the Blues. I just don't like them in this situation though. So this is a stay-off spot for me, but this would be Blues or no bet.
Edmonton is a big favorite. This has been an Edmonton team that, I mean, obviously, we just mentioned them with the Vegas division. They're currently number 1 in that division, or tied with Vegas in that division. They're coming out back-to-back losses, one to Detroit, the other one to Toronto. So that's kind of interesting to see. This will be they had a couple days off, so at least they are a little bit more rested. Blues as a home dog, though, seems intriguing, although they've lost 4 out of their last 5. They're back home after a 2-game road trip to Colorado and Utah. If this was a back-to-back, it would definitely be an Edmonton spot for if St. Louis was on back-to-back. I kind of lean Blues as a home dog, but I'm somebody who, if I'm going to get involved in the game like today, I feel like New Jersey puck line and Vegas puck line are 2 plays that I really like, and then I'll probably go after something is it the next game we talk about? Yeah, I'll probably go up after something in the next game we talk about. We'll see. But a play really has to stand out for me to want to bet it in the NHL, Nick.
Yeah, and one thing I was kind of looking at, the last 8 times these two teams have played against each other, the Oilers have been favored in all 8, but it's 4-4. They split it. So
that's interesting.
We'll keep it going here. Davidson and Ball State. Go Blues, go. Blues don't score goals. They've kind of been struggling a little bit offensively. Somebody says always bet the Blues as a dog at home. That was last year. They were an awesome dog at home. But yeah. Oilers puck line. Blues clues. I don't know though. What's good, Brio Kelly? Isle is riding a 5-game home winning streak. Yeah, they've been really strong at UBS Arena lately. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Draisaitl is the MVP in my opinion. I think you can make an argument that Draisaitl has been the MVP this year. I want to take a look at the odds because after a suspension or whatever, there might be value on McDavid to win the MVP. The only thing is maybe some voter fatigue with McDavid, but I still think McDavid has a really strong chance to be the MVP. Oh snap! You don't apply your NLB to NHL anymore, but Tampa -1, Buff -1. What?
You don't do -1s?
I do. I do -1s. I don't do regulations. Yeah, I'm biased because Draisaitl's on my fantasy team. That's fair. What if Draisaitl? You'd know if you played hockey or if you paid attention to hockey. First game back fade. First game back after a road trip type of thing. Maybe. But it was only 2 games. Draisaitl is a hockey stick curve. Thanks. I think Oilers spread. I see this as either the Blues win outright or the Oilers win by 2 or 3 goals. I don't really see like a Blues +1.5 cashing or the +1.5 doing anything in this game. We'll move on though. The Carolina Hurricanes are in Winnipeg and take on the Jets. Total -125 for the Hurricanes. Total of 5.5 in this game. I do have this game projected for 5.75 goals, so I think the 5.5 number is correct. And I have Winnipeg as a -120 favorite in this game. So I see a little bit of value here with the Jets as a little home doggy in this game against Carolina. Let's take a look here. Carolina coming in off of that loss against the Kings, though, in their last game, 4-2, snapped a 2-game winning streak for the Hurricanes. On the flip side, the Jets have been awesome as of late. They've won 6 in a row. The last 3 on the road. They beat Washington in overtime, Boston 6-2, Montreal 4-1. Previous to that, Calgary, Utah, and Colorado wins against them as well. They have been red hot as of late, the Winnipeg Jets. And I do believe that this is a good spot potentially for the Winnipeg Jets. They're rested. Now, granted, so are the Hurricanes. The last time these 2 teams played was on the 1st. I see value on the Winnipeg Jets in this game. This would be Winnipeg or no bet. Kind of want to take a look here what the best available odds are. +105 over on Bet365. I'm going to add the Jets to my card here in this game. Jets +105 for me.
I was going to go the same way, but I was going to go puck line, just to have a little bit more fun with it. The Jets should not be a dog at home against Carolina. And where I can find it, let's see, alternative lines. You can get +230 on the Jets puck line. I think the Jets are clearly the better team here. And when it comes to it, I don't think that the Canes should be favored on the road like this. So, no, I'm on the same page as you. I'm going to be riding the Jets, but I'm going to do it on the puck line.
All right.
I just went through and was making my power rankings, and I realized I forgot a team.
Oh, nice.
Seattle.
Oh, good God.
So I got to adjust a bunch of stuff.
I feel like Seattle is the ultimate,
I'm putting them
16.
I put them at 12.
I think that's a little high for Seattle.
We'll see.
But yeah, I think Seattle is the ultimate mid team. I think Seattle and San Fran are very similar. They're mid.
Could be.
But yeah. Loyal to the oil. There you go. I like that. Okay, Earls, I'm glad I can help you for 2 hours. Business calls. Okay, sure. After an OT game, when at home, the Jets following the following game, the Jets are 12-0 straight up. Nice. I hope I get tickets for to the Canes game on Thursday. They play Minnesota. There you go. Rantanen over 1.5 points. What am I missing here? Why are the Jets dogs? Fair. Line keeps going up. Wait until game time. Canes almost -130 on FanDuel. Shake my head. Give me the Jets money line. There you go. Seth Jarvis. Wild money line is the Lex dog of the day. There you go. Yeah, you know who else is loyal to the oil? Diddy. Alrighty then.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Let's keep it going. The Philadelphia Flyers are at the Utah Hockey Club. Hopefully, the future Utah Outlaws.
You're hoping for Outlaws?
I'm hoping for Outlaws.
I'm hoping for Mammoths.
Anything but the Utah Hockey Club. Really. But for me, it'd be Outlaws, Mammoths, then Hockey Club. I'm glad they got rid of Waskosh or whatever that was. -135 for Utah, total of 5.5 in this game. I do have this game projected for 5.9 goals, so slight lean towards an over in this game. If I am betting a total in this game, if I'm betting a side to this game, it's a lean towards the Flyers. I do have this game closer towards a pick 'em in this spot. I don't trust the Philadelphia Flyers though, and actually, my bad. This is an over, in this spot. But god damn it, this probably I feel. Out of all of the team off of a shutout loss this year, over trends that I've been betting, this is probably the least confident I've felt in one all season long. Because when you look at what Philadelphia has done the last 3 games, they have scored no goals.
No goals.
The last 3 games.
No goals.
No goals. They've been outscored 10-0 combined between the Devils, the Islanders, and the Avalanche.
No goals.
No goals. So I would love to see if the Flyers can score a goal for once tonight. And this is the Flyers team that I was expecting all year long. But with that being said, I'm on the over 5.5 here in this game at -110, and that's it.
No goals.
No goals.
But they're due to score eventually, right?
You would think.
You would think. No. It's Coyotes puck line or nothing. I feel like that could be a decent spot as going after Utah here on the puck line, just because Philly's not scoring. But I feel like this is a good 1-800 gambler game. So no, thank you.
Fair. I like Outlaws. Yes. Go Utah. Go. Flyers money line. If you can't score against Utah, you should quit because they aren't that good. They are who we thought they are. Flyers. Yes, they are who we thought they were going to be. Let's move on. 5 games remaining. The Calgary Flames and the Toronto Maple Leafs. That I realized on my spreadsheet I was thinking too much about baseball because when I meant to type in Maple Leafs, I typed in Blue Jays. But let's get into it here. I have the Flames as a favorite in this game when I ran my numbers, which kind of surprises me in this one here. And I have this game projected for 6.28 goals. So I think the 6 is pretty spot on there for this game. You can make the argument that it could have been a 6.5, but I'm fine with the 6 there, total wise. And -150, there's no chance I'm laying this number on the road with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And on the flip side, we have a Calgary Flames team that's played well at home this year. They're 16-8-3 at home this year. They are a dog in this game. On the flip side, Toronto is coming in off of a big win in their last game. They took care of business on the road against Edmonton in McDavid. And then they'll continue their road trip to Seattle and Vancouver after this. I think this is a game, though, that's the Flames take care of business in this game. +130 over on ESPN Bet. Give me Calgary in this game.
I mean, I've been higher on Calgary all year.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people thought they were going to be really bad. I thought they were going to be okay.
I thought they were going to be a playoff team. And this is also, by the way, a Toronto Maple Leafs team that I strongly think could win the Eastern Conference this year.
Okay, sure. And the Dallas Cowboys can win the NFC.
Okay. But no, I do believe in this Maple Leafs team. I also don't think the top of the Eastern Conference is like as strong as it used to be, considering that the Capitals are up there. But no, this is 100% for me a look towards the Calgary Flames as a home dog. Yeah, and I mean, but it'd have to be more of like a regulation play or something to get a little bit more plus money.
Fair. This is a very underrated game to watch, Leafs versus Flames. Yeah, kind of. This is a Flames team that has been, I don't want to say overachieving all year, but I mean, definitely they have exceeded expectations. That is one thing. Is a lot of people thought they were going to be a pretty bad team, and over 6 Leafs road games are higher scoring. Honestly, Leafs puck line, Nylander goal, Flame/Leafs draw. All right. We'll continue on. 4 games remaining on the card, where we have the Seattle Kraken taking on the Detroit Red Wings in this game. The Kraken -110, kind of a pick 'em in this game, total of 5.5. I have this game projected at about a pick. I have this game, Kraken -110. I think that's correct. Another game, though, where I have this game projected closer towards a 6.5, and we're seeing a 5.5. It's probably another over for me in this game. Seattle, especially if we see Grubauer, which in my bad, they already never mind. They sent him down because he's been terrible this year. So there's that, I guess. But we have Detroit coming in on 6 straight wins. They have been a little bit more of an under team, though. They've gone under the total in what was it? They're 2-6-2 over under in the last 10 games, including 2 pushes on 6s. So that would be 4-6 to the over 5.5. On the flip side, the Kraken, they've been 4-5-1 over under the last 10 games. They're coming in off of that 3-2 loss against Calgary. I did back Calgary in that game. And one thing we've seen, though, from this matchup, head-to-head wise, for those who like to pay attention to it, we've seen the Kraken play the Red Wings 7 times. There's been at least 6 goals in 7 games of those. Every single time these two teams have played, there's been at least 7 goals, or at least 6 goals. I apologize. I am going to be on the over 5.5 in this game. I have this game projected at closer towards a 6.5. I think this is a really good number that we're getting in this one. Over 5.5 here, Kraken and Red Wings for me.
My MLB power rankings are officially up on Twitter. Anyways,
good God.
What could possibly go wrong? As for this one, Detroit's been really solid as of late. They're obviously they're in a playoff spot now, which is weird. And they're only 3 points back of being in that Atlantic thing, not even in a wild card. So they've definitely been taking a step up lately. But I would kind of lean Seattle in this matchup, though. Kind of Seattle in the over. But once again, I just need something more. So I need a real reason I want to bet something. I don't really see one here.
Gotcha. I'm reading your power rankings right now. There's a couple spots I don't like, but that's beyond the point.
That's fine.
You have a couple teams too high, but it's
probably, and a couple teams too low, but it's preseason, so
yeah. I wouldn't have the Guardians at 13. I wouldn't have the Brewers at 16. I think those are too low. I'd have the Marlins at 29. I think the Angels are a couple of spots higher. I think the Jays are a couple of spots higher. I think the A's are a couple of spots higher. I think the Reds should be higher. I think you're a little too high on the Royals and the Red Sox, even though I like the Red Sox. I don't know if they're a top 6 team in baseball. You're way too high on the Mariners. I would have them around where you have the Brewers. The Cubs, that's probably about right. I would have the Mets probably a little bit lower. I'd have the Braves above the Yankees. And I'd have the Orioles a little close. The Orioles a little lower as well. I think the Orioles are a team that I might have.
The thing is, a lot of this is partially off of last year, and partially thinking about this year, but that is preseason rankings and they're subject to change.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to the chat though. Leafs getting the empty net goal. Fair. Let's go Red Wings. They're so back. There you go. Wild losing by 1.5 goals. All right. Kraken -1.5. Red Wings -1.5. This team is hot. Red Wings team total over. Kraken will steal your coins. There you go. Just like how the ref robbed the crack in the Flames Kraken game. Flames money line never in doubt. Kraken can't score goals. Wild can't score goals. Wild are Road Warriors. Bruins can't score goals. All right, nobody can score goals. No goals. 3 games remaining on the card. Jeez, we're going for almost an hour and 40 minutes now. Let's continue. Colorado Avalanche and Vancouver Canucks. Minus 130 road favorites are the Avalanche. Total 5.5 in this game here. And we've known how the Canucks are at home. It's a team you'd like to fade more at home than on the road. Let's take a look at my projections for this game. I have this game projected at a pick, though, and I have this game projected for 5.13 goals. So I actually do lean under on a 5.5 in this game here. Not enough to pull the trigger on it, though. The Canucks are a tricky team. They really are, because I really don't know what to expect from them. On the flip side, the Avalanche, wow, this line is continuing to climb. It's now 150 minus 155 for the Avalanche. At this number, I mean, I can only look Canucks, but I'm not looking to force action on the Canucks here, who are 9-10-7 at home this year. So, it's a pass here for me.
Yeah, I'm going to be quick with the last couple of games of hockey because I'm not really too interested. It's leaning towards Colorado puck line or nothing. I'm going to stick with what I have so far today.
Fair.
I'm not going to try to jump into a lot of plays.
All right, heading back to the chat. Avs money line, there you go. Martin Necas assists, Makar assists. Fair. I'll continue on. 2 games remaining. We have the Stars and the Ducks. The Stars minus 225 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Taking a look at the projections for this one here, I do have the Stars as a favorite, and I would be along the lines of 140, 145 range. So I'm seeing minus 225. I definitely don't have an interest in the Stars at this number. It would be Ducks or no bets. And I have this game projected for 6.13 goals. So I think the 6 number is correct. We do see some 5.5s, but those are juiced minus 130 range towards the over. So that is something to consider. If you do like the over and you want to lay a little bit more juice, you can get that 5.5 rather than taking a 6. Not anything I'm going to want here in this spot, though. It would be Ducks or no bet, though.
Stars are playing some good hockey, but they have been all year. They're tied with Ottawa right now for the second longest streak, or tied for the third longest streak. Active in the NHL with 5-game winning streak, 6-game winning streaks by the Winnipeg Jets and the Detroit Red Wings. Is very interesting. So a bunch of teams that are currently winning right now, but this is a spot where I'm not going to lay minus. I'm not going to lay a puck line, which is plus 120 on the road. So pass at this one.
Fair. Head back and then
maybe a Stars Sabres money line parlay.
Yeah. Any ex players on the Avs that were on the Canucks?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I would maybe look towards maybe Makar and Hughes props because I know those two went back and forth last year for the Norris. So, LOL, you today is long. What will you?
We might switch up the show a little bit, so we'll see.
Yeah, or vice versa. Yeah. Stars 8-2 versus the Ducks lost 10. Yeah. In case of line movement, Kane's now minus 142 favorites on DK. Yeesh. Ouch. I wish I bet it later, the Winnipeg Jets in that game, but it is what it is. When you make the bets and you deal with the consequences. We'll move on, though. Final game of the card, the Montreal Canadiens and the San Jose Sharks. Minus 170 road favorites are Le Habitants with a total of 6 in this game. I have this game projected for 6.92 goals. Defensively, the Sharks have been horrendous advanced metrics-wise. They're giving up over 4 expected goals per game over the last 10. This is how you can tell this is still a young team that's still developing, is when their advanced metrics are that bad. But, hey, it happens. San Jose, they've been kind of struggling a little as of late. They've lost 7 of their last 8 games. The only game they won was against Pittsburgh of all teams, which is great. On the flip side, they have Habitants. The magic is worn off. After that crazy run that they had, they've now lost 5 games in a row. And I'm glad we hopped off when we did, which was I do think I backed I backed them against the Devils, but that was the only game in the last 5 I've backed them. And I backed the Ducks against them last game. And I would only look towards going swimming with the Sharks in this game here. I think this line's a little too wide, and I get the Sharks have struggled a little bit as of late. But I think now I think this is a Montreal Canadiens team that is looking forward to this Four Nations face-off. Dun-dum, dun-dum. Give me the Sharks here in this one. Plus 145 in this game over on ESPN Bet. Or Bet365. So, yes, I'll be on the San Jose Sharks to close out my card in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for some Sharks. This is a Sharks team that I've been betting probably way too much, but getting a little bit of nice plus money at home. They are not playing well at the moment. 7 out of 8 they've lost, but Montreal doesn't deserve to be this big of a favor on the road. That's all it is. So it'd be Sharks or nothing. Although Sharks at plus 155 looks awfully appealing. But I don't know if I'm going to end up getting to it to end my card.
Fair.
And then we can head out now.
Yeah. Let's see. Ducks been killing it at home on the plus 1.5, almost near 10 in a row covered at home, I believe. Wow. Ducks have been playing good lately. Shark Tank, late night action, nothing better. There you go. My idea would be pre-recorded bids for some games and only cover other games on the live. It's worth a look. And that is why this line's moved a decent amount. Eric Comrie is going to be in net for Winnipeg.
Oh,
not Hellebuck.
Gross. Oh, God. That sucks.
Bet all the good young guns to score: Caulfield, Will Smith, Celebrini, Slavkovsky, Lane Hudson. That's just going to be a great game. If you love young up-and-coming talents, yes. Over 6 Sharks. Habs are a sneaky playoff team, not after they've lost 5 in a row. Big home ice advantage for Habs in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs. But that is everything, Tim.
Yes, that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. The card for members only will be up in a little bit once Nick puts up all the hockey on the site. There is 3 college basketball, 3 NBA, and we'll see you from hockey. But that's going to do it for this one. We'll be back again tomorrow. Peace out, guys.